What's going on YouTube? Flashy here and welcome to a very special video. We've officially hit 2,000 subscribers here on the YouTube channel, so thank you guys so much for all of the support. In celebration of this milestone, I want to do something a little bit different. So I asked you guys on Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube to leave some questions for me so we could do a Q&A video and you guys get to know a little bit more about me. Thank you to everybody that left a question, and more importantly, thank you to everybody that has hit that subscribe button, that's been watching the videos, whether you've only watched one or you've watched all 500 or however many I have on the channel. Seriously, thank you guys so much. Let's get into the Q&A video. All right, so the first question comes from Trenton over here on YouTube. Congratulations, bro, but my question is, how did you become a Raiden main? I got to the channel way later than the game been out. So with the whole Raiden thing, it was when the game first came out. I was still looking for quote-unquote a main character. At the time, I think I was like playing Sonya and Scorpion, but I wanted to play a character, and I always do with every fighting game. I wanted to play a character that not many people were talking about or playing. And I can't remember what tournament it was, but I remember watching it, and the player combat brought out a Raiden. And I just saw what this character could do in this game with the mid, the teleport, the storm cell. And I was like, man, I have to try that character out. Nobody's talking about Raiden. He's so under the radar. I did start MKX as a Raiden main as well. I already love the character. I was like, let me check him out. And literally within the first couple of games, it was just the character that made the most sense to me. The mids, the teleports, the mix-ups, the grabs. It all just made a lot of sense to me. And again, nobody was really playing Raiden at this time, so nobody had the matchup knowledge. So I was able to just get away with so much stuff back in the day with Raiden. Now, I don't really have a main in MK11. It's tough for me. I'm playing a bunch of different characters, especially with the videos. But the Raiden main thing happened because I was looking for a character to play that nobody was really talking about. I saw Raiden in a tournament that I was watching, and I was like, that character looks pretty awesome. So that's where the Raiden main thing came from. If I had to like put money on myself to win a set, I would probably end up picking Raiden. I'm the most comfortable with that character, but that's where all that started from. Thank you for your question. All right, next question comes from Kevin McCollin. What are your biggest goals as a content creator / fighting game player? Who was your biggest inspiration? So my biggest goals as a content creator, honestly, is to be the biggest gaming content creator on YouTube. I mean, the way I look at a lot of things, man, is aim for the stars, land on the moon, you know? Aim big, win big, or whatever the saying is. So yeah, my goal is to definitely be one of the biggest creators on YouTube. And as a fighting game player, I don't know if I really have goals, just to be, you know, good at the game, I guess. And that's a pretty loose statement, because what is being good at the game? I just want to be able to play at a relatively high level. You know, I want to be able to understand the whole cast to where I can make videos and I'm not ever held down by, oh, I don't know how to play this character. At the beginning of making these MK11 videos, man, it was tough because I had to learn the entire cast, because I made the decision that my videos are going to be the entire cast. You know, some characters more than others, of course, but I want to at least be able to do combos and put out a decent video with everybody in the cast. So with any fighting game coming out or that I'm playing now on the channel, I just want to not be held down by, I don't know how to play that character, so I can't make a video on it. And then in terms of who was my biggest inspiration, man, that's tough to answer, because I don't even think there's no one answer to that. Every single day I'm inspired by people, by someone new, by someone old. It all kind of just depends on where I'm at that point in my life, in the day. Obviously with the channel, you know, Super is a really big inspiration. He kind of paved the way. For those of you guys that know him, he kind of paved the way for the type of content that I like to make, and he kind of showed that it could work. So Super was a really big one. I started watching him way back when MKX first came out in 2015 and have been watching him ever since, and he's just crushing it. So that was a big one. And then, you know, I'm inspired by a lot of people, by everyday, quote unquote, everyday people, by content creators, by actors, by musicians, by whatever the case is, man. I mean, anybody that's been through hardships and can still stand up and put a smile on their face. Like, I find a lot of inspiration everywhere. And if you guys watch the podcast that I do on the Coliseum with Mr. Aquaman, I forget which episode it was, but on one of them, I remember talking about, I pull inspiration from everywhere. In terms of, let's talk about the YouTube channel now, like, I could be watching a gaming creator, not even playing a fighting game, and I'll get inspired by their videos. Like, I watch all types of games, all types of videos, and I'm always looking for inspiration, because there's not just, if you're making fighting game content, there's so much that you can learn from Apex content. There's so much you can learn from Halo content. There's so much you can learn from, I mean, even I'll be learning how to make like a chicken recipe, and I'll be watching the videos, man, and I'll be like, oh, the way they set up their camera was really good, and that's inspiring. You know, it's like there's inspiration everywhere. So I don't have one inspiration, but the main one for the channel focus was obviously Super. But taking it way back, I mean, if you want to talk about real inspiration, I'm going back to like 2007, watching Call of Duty 4 montages, man. Like, that's what really made me realize, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to do this. That's what it all started. So inspiration's everywhere, man. It's just, you got to be looking for it. And I don't have one answer, but I hope I answered your question with that one. And thank you for your question. Handsome Visuals, my man, asks, what made you choose Mortal Kombat over other fighting games? I've actually thought about this question myself. You know, what makes me love Mortal Kombat? And I think it's just a matter of Mortal Kombat's been with me my whole life, you know. Some of my earliest memories are sitting on the floor with a Sega Genesis controller in my hand playing like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 when I was 3 years old. And I just remember picking Scorpion and being like, this is like the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life. And then growing up, I played every single Mortal Kombat game. It's always been with me. Love the movies. You know, I try to play a lot of other fighting games. For example, Injustice doesn't really count because it's still NetherRealm, but I tried playing Guilty Gear on the channel. I do have Guilty Gear videos on the channel. I tried playing Dragon Ball Fighters. Wasn't really into it. What other fighting games are there? Street Fighter and Tekken never were my thing. I was always just a Mortal Kombat guy. I don't really know why. I love the characters. I love the way NetherRealm makes their games. I think that's what it is. It's just the way, and I know people have a lot of problems with MK11 and things like that, but it's just my comfort zone, man. The way NetherRealm makes their fighting games, the 2D fighter, the interactables, the combos, the way everything works, special moves, frame data. I don't know why, but it's always just been my comfort zone, and it's always worked for me. And I always enjoy the games, you know? I'm not going to play something that I don't enjoy, and considering I've made over 300 videos on MK11, clearly I enjoy it. But what made me choose Mortal Kombat over the other fighting games is I don't know, man. I think it was just from being a kid playing MK and just loving these characters, man. Like Scorpion, Human Smoke, Noob Saibot, Cyrax, Sector. Like all these characters are so awesome to me. And I think that's just what it is. I think it's just the love of the characters and the nostalgia of knowing that this game has been with me my whole life. Thank you for your question. Awesome question. Next up, we have Trying Counts. Question for Q&A. What's your normal schedule like? What does your work consist of? Why did you decide to start with the channel? What post MK ideas you have? All right, so there's a lot of to unpack here. We got a lot of questions. Let me see if I can try to tackle all of them. Normal schedule, what does it look like? Honestly, man, it's usually just at my computer. Editing, recording, editing, planning, looking at my numbers, looking at my analytics, figuring out what I could do better, learning. So let me just try to break it down. So I'll wake up, try to get a little bit of a breakfast in, some water, some tea, and I'll pretty much go right to my computer. And if there's a video that I haven't recorded, I'll sit down and record a video right away, or I'll record like 2 or 3 videos at a time. Then I'll edit that one that needs to go up today, edit it, upload it, get it all with the description, the title, the tags, all that good stuff. Maybe take a clip from it. And that takes me into the early afternoon of recording and editing those videos. Then I'll take a little bit of a break, maybe get some food, come back to my computer, upload the video, let it live, answer some comments, do its thing. Maybe do some more social media stuff. And then from there, it's just planning the next set of videos. You know, I get those 3 out of the way and it's automatically, you know, what are the next 3 going to be? So in terms of what does the work consist of? A lot of recording, a lot of editing, and a lot of learning. Honestly, I spend a lot of time learning Photoshop, learning Adobe Premiere, which I edit my videos in, learning about YouTube, learning Instagram, learning Twitter. You know, I've been doing this for like 3 years now, but I am of the mindset that there's always more to learn. So no matter what, if I ever have some downtime or a video is uploading or anything like that, I'll definitely be taking the time to learn something new about YouTube, something new about Photoshop for thumbnails. Also, what takes up a lot of my time is the Coliseum YouTube channel. So I spoke about it before, but I'm the creative director at the Coliseum, which is run by Mr. Aquaman, and I run their YouTube channel. So it's a lot of getting those videos prepped and editing those and getting those uploaded, getting them ready, meeting with the team and stuff like that. So pretty much my day, man, is editing, recording, learning, meetings, uploading to YouTube, and living in the YouTube dashboard. Why did I decide to start with the channel? Again, I kind of answered that, I believe, with Kevin's question with, you know, back in the day, 2007, watching Call of Duty 4 montages, I always wanted to be a YouTuber. Ever since then, I would sit there and dream of the day of being a YouTuber. And I don't know why, but it was always what I wanted to do no matter what. I would sit in school and like think about what my YouTube channel name would be and what I would do. And at the time, I loved Call of Duty and montages, so I tried to come up with new shots that would look cool in montages and stuff like that. So it was ever just being 12, 13 years old and watching Call of Duty channels and just being like, and once I learned that people could do this as a job, immediately, I wanted to do it from the beginning before people were making money on this. And then I started to learn that people were making money uploading these gameplay videos and these gaming videos, and I was like, that's what I want to do, man. So that's why I decided to start with the channel. And what post MK ideas do you have? I have a lot, man. You know, I definitely don't want to just be the Mortal Kombat guy, and right now there's such an emphasis on Mortal Kombat on the channel because I'm just enjoying it so much. But of course, I've done vlogs, I've done Pokemon card openings, I've done other games, I've done Let's Plays. You know, my brain is a idea machine, man, and you know, in a good way and a bad way, because sometimes I want the ideas to just slow down a little bit in my head because I just want to do so much. And other times I'm really grateful for it because, you know, I'm never worried about, oh, what am I going to upload next? What am I going to do next? So post MK ideas, of course, still going to be playing whatever NRS game there is, always going to be uploading them. I love to do Let's Plays. I'm a huge single player game fan. So whatever big single player game piques my interest, definitely do a Let's Play of that. The Pokemon card openings, they've slowed down, but I love Pokemon. So Those aren't going to stop. IRL stuff, when I do more than just sitting at my computer, is always going to come back. There's a lot, man. There's definitely a lot, and I'm not worried about the content slowing down for quite some time. So post MK ideas are plentiful, and it's just going to be a mix, man. More games, more IRL stuff, more fun. That's really it. Thank you for your questions. I really appreciated all of them. All right, we got a quick one from Kamuli Frederick. Can you do a hand cam? So I don't think so, because when I'm playing MK, I'm assuming you're asking like with the controller. So when I'm playing MK with the controller, it's under my desk. Like I'm leaning forward, elbows on my legs, and the controller's like under my desk. So you wouldn't really even be able to see much. It'd just be a giant shadow or just my desk in the way. So don't think I can do a hand cam. Maybe sometime in the future though. Never say never. Thank you for your question. And now we have Arthur DeBrouse. Question to cover. Do you date? Yes, I do actually. Her name is Mortal Kombat 11. Sometimes we really like each other and sometimes we want nothing to do with each other, but we're in a very happy relationship, I'd say. Thank you for your question. And now Art5577 asks, do you plan on streaming or playing against your viewers? You think the videos could be longer so we could enjoy your content more? LOL. So in terms of plan on streaming, I do get asked this a lot. I think we have a question coming up later about streaming as well. Again, I kind of just said it. Never say never. So I'm not going to say I'm never going to stream. I just really enjoy the cadence of recording, editing, uploading. I just love being a YouTuber, man. Like I said, like from being 12 years old, I just wanted to be a YouTuber. So and my schedule is so like all over the place and crazy. I don't know if I would be able to figure out an opportunity to be like, okay, this is when we're going to sit and stream. Again, never say never. When the next NRS game comes out, who knows? I do want to play against the viewers. If any of you guys do want to play, you could find me scouring the ranks of Combat League on PC. So if you want to try to get a game against me, PC Combat League is the place to find me, but for right now, probably not, but in the future, probably. And then do you think the videos could be longer so we can enjoy your content more? I kind of like where the videos are at right now with the 2 sets that we play. I think it's enough time to see the character flushed out, see 2 different play styles, and it's also enough to like not get bored by the end of it. Watching the same character for 45 minutes could potentially get boring, but there are some videos that are like 8 or 9 minutes. If it's a complete speed run, where I lose both rounds of both games back to back, it's like a 7 or 8 minute video. Or if I win, maybe I could add another set to those videos. I'll have to see. But right now I do like the cadence of the kind of 2 set per video thing. But I'll think about it. Again, never say never. Thank you for your questions. And now moving over to the Twitter question from @MVS2S, also known as Harry Potter. As you know, I hung out a lot in your stream, and once they stopped, I always wondered why. What was the decision? Will there be a return? So we just had the streaming question. I just spent some time on that. Also, really good to see you, man. Hope all is well. So for those of you that don't know, I streamed live on Twitch for about 2.5 years, probably like 5 to 6 days a week, every single week, no matter what. When I first started, I was doing like 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was streaming, man. I was quote unquote on that grind. But sometime last year, it might have been July or so, or June or something of last year, I decided that I was just going to focus on the YouTube channel. There was a lot of reasons for that. One of the major ones, man, is that I'm a very like all or nothing kind of person. And I was just splitting my time between Twitch live streaming and then YouTube. One day I just had to make the decision. I was like, you know what? Ever since I was a kid, what I've wanted was to be a YouTuber. Twitch live streaming was a ton of fun. You guys always made it such a good time. Everybody that hung out. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot about content creating. I learned a lot about all you guys that hung out with me. And we just had a good time, man. We listened to music. We played some Mortal Kombat. Back in the day, we played Call of Duty. It was a good time. And again, I just had to make the decision that I wanted to go 100% in on YouTube because that's what I wanted since I was a kid, man. It's always been be a YouTuber. That's always been the thing in my head. Always just be a YouTuber. And then in terms of will there be a return? Like I said before, never say never. Okay, so I'll give you this. If I were to stream, it would be on this YouTube channel. Now that live streaming is kind of like a norm, I don't want to say like accepted, but it's like a norm on YouTube now. I definitely would consider live streaming here on the YouTube channel. We'll have to see. Again, never say never. When the next NRS game comes out, I'm sure I'll come back to streaming because I'm just going to want to play that game all day, every day, and get matches with you guys and stuff like that. So never say never. If they were to come back, it would be on this YouTube channel, not on Twitch. But hope all is well, brother. Awesome to see you. Thank you for your question. Now moving over to the Instagram questions. Vengeful Spirit asks, how did you grow your YouTube channel? I'm stuck at 44 subscribers, LOL. Well, listen, man, 44 subscribers is a lot of people. Like, people really get lost in the idea of, how many subscribers actually you have. Think about 44 people in a room. It's a lot of people in a room. So don't beat yourself up if that's the nature of this question. But how did you grow your YouTube channel? Again, I said it before. I spend a lot of time learning about YouTube, man. like all of my time just learning about YouTube. I can make a whole video series on how to grow on YouTube and what to do on YouTube, but some quick ones for you that would definitely help you in the long run is take the time to learn video editing. Spend whatever it is. I'm sure there's free video editing software, but I just have Adobe. So spend the time and the money, the investment to learn Adobe Premiere and Adobe Photoshop for your thumbnails. So definitely get the basic skills of being a YouTuber because those are going to take you so much farther than anything else. Knowing how to edit videos and how to make good thumbnails will take you very far. Also, focus on what you like. Don't play games that you don't like if you're a gaming YouTuber. Don't do things that you don't like. Do things that you could talk about for 12 hours straight a day. And combine that with some, basic video editing and basic Photoshop for thumbnails. And man, that'll take you a lot farther than anything else will. So best of luck, dude. Thank you for the question. Mathix asks, best fighting game ever and the best to get started in the genre. Okay, I don't know if I could answer best fighting game ever. That is so tough, man. I saw this question come in yesterday as I'm making the video today, and I was like, what is the best fighting game? And I really sat and thought about it. Part of me wants to say Mortal Kombat X. Another part of me wants to say a Super Smash Brothers game. And then another part of me wants to say that I put the most time into MK11. But I don't think any of those are the quote-unquote best fighting game ever. And then I also want to say Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 because that's what started all this, and that was a great game. But it's really hard to pick one, man. I don't know if I could pick one. It's either got to be a Mortal Kombat game like Mortal Kombat X or a Super Smash Brothers game. But that is so tough to answer, man. I don't think I could. That is such a hard question because if I do say one thing, I'm going to want to say another. So yeah, my answer is, oof, that's tough. Tough question, man. You stumped me with that. That's hard. All fighting games are the best fighting games ever because they bring us together. How about that? And the best to get started in the genre. So that's actually a really good question. I like that question a lot. So Maximilian, dude, actually put out an awesome video recently, actually, talking about when should I get into fighting games, which fighting game should I get into. So I would definitely recommend watching that for anybody. But my answer, the best game to get started in the genre, is whichever one appeals to you. And maybe you don't want to hear that, but that's literally the way to do it. Like I talked about at the beginning of the video, I love Mortal Kombat. So it's so easy for me to just sit down with a Mortal Kombat game and just learn it. Have fun learning it because I love the characters. Like the best part about a new Mortal Kombat game coming out for me is learning Scorpion. Like I don't really play Scorpion that much, but that's my favorite video game character of all time. So my favorite thing to do, man, is to look at all the skins, all the gear, everything that Scorpion has, learn him. And then that's how I start to learn the mechanics of the game. And then deeper, that's how I learned fighting game mechanics as a whole. And it all starts just with really liking like a character or maybe like a universe, right? So if you're a big Dragon Ball fan, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a great place to start. If you're not really a fan of Mortal Kombat or Dragon Ball, Guilty Gear Strive is also a great place to start. It's an awesome game. It's a ton of fun. Then you also have, the classics like Street Fighter and Tekken. And, if you're looking at any of these games and you're like, oh, that character looks pretty badass, or, oh, I really like how this game looks, I think I could have fun with that, then just jump into it, man. The way a lot of people when MK11 first came out would ask me, like, how do I learn this game? What do I do? Or who should I play? No, they would ask me, who should I play? And I would be like, go to the character select screen, find which character you think looks so badass that you want to be them, bring them into practice mode, look at their skins, look at their gear, look at their brutalities, their fatalities, and that's how you start the game because you will have such a better time learning the game by learning a character you like and you mesh with, as opposed to just looking at a tier list being like, oh, everybody's playing Cetrion, I'm going to start with Cetrion in Mortal Kombat 11 terms. It's like, find the character that you love and that you think is awesome and a total badass. That's how you learn the game the best. Thank you for your question. And our final question from Omar Godinez23 on Instagram. What's the next big game you plan on showcasing on the channel? This is the overarching question that every content creator I think has to face themselves. It's what game am I going to play next? And, being someone that loves video games, there's so many games I want to play. There's new games getting announced every day. There's old games I want to go back to. But looking to the future, I think that there's definitely going to be a big presence of Halo Infinite on the channel. I was thinking a lot about Battlefield 2042. I'm going to have to get my hands on it to see if I enjoy it, if I could put a lot of time into it. But I'm definitely thinking that there's going to be a lot of Halo Infinite. on the horizon here on the channel when it drops. And then again, like I said, if there's any fun single player games coming out, I would love to do another Let's Play. But concrete answer, probably Halo Infinite is going to be like the next quote unquote big title that I'm going to be premiering a lot on the channel. And that wraps up our 2,000 subscriber Q&A special. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun answering questions from you guys. I hope you got to know a little bit more about me. And again, I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support on the channel. Everybody watching videos, leaving comments. I love reading the comments. Thank you for all the subscribers, all the likes. Everybody follow me on Twitter, Instagram. It's unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.